Hey, welcome back. You are watching Gal Pal Nails. Thanks for visiting. If it's your first time, thanks for coming back. If you have watched us before, we appreciate the support. Just as a reminder, we are DIY, do-it-at-home nail doers. No professional training, of course. So this is all just for fun at home. This is not professional tutorials or anything like that. So just keep watching if you just want to see what we do and enjoy at home. So I was looking and deciding whether I was going to do Vanity or Confetti on top of the Blink, which are all Revel products. And I decided to do a glitter with Vanity with gel. So I'm just going to do my standard process here with my dip powder, and I will go through all my layers and I will activate, buff, file, shape, and then I'm going to go ahead and get into applying my glitter with gel. So it's a little bit different of a process, so stay tuned and I will get into that in just a second. Alright, so I finished all of my dipping. I activated, I buffed, I filed, I did all of that with just the one color on my nails. So that is a base gel that I'm going to use and put that as a wet layer on my nail, and then I'm going to put the glitter right into the wet gel. So I wanted to try this because I have used a hollow glitter by Revel. It's called Tutu, and it's got a lot of dimension and it's so pretty when you first put it on your nails. But I noticed that as soon as I put the clear dip powder on top of it and activate and do all that, it loses some of its dimension. It's still really pretty, but it just doesn't look quite the same. It just loses that loses some of that prettiness. So I figured maybe I would try this to see if it would work any better and see if it would really keep those glitters true to what they look like in the container when they're on your nail. So I did the base gel. I did not cure any of it. And then I'm taking one of my eyeshadow brushes, picking up the Vanity, and then sprinkling, which teeth and Jen, sprinkling it on the tip of my nail. So I'm just doing a ombre at the tip as opposed to the cuticle where I normally do it. Now keep in mind when you do the gel and the powder on the tip, it is going to be a little bit thicker than it is at the bottom. So just keep that in mind. You can level out some of that with your top coat, which is nice. I actually do that to show you guys in the video. So I went ahead and cured that for 60 seconds And then this is a different bottle of gel. This is my top coat. So the base gel, when it's done curing, that any part that hasn't touched the dip powder is still going to be a little bit sticky, so keep that in mind. And that's okay. You can leave it sticky if you're going to go straight into your gel top coat. It's kind of irrelevant. It doesn't matter, because your gel top coat, if you're using a non-stick, it just goes right over it, no problem. If for any reason, once you cure your gel and maybe you want to file some to kind of have a nicer shape, you're going to want to wipe away some of that stickiness. So keep that in mind. You wipe that away with alcohol and a lint-free wipe. So that is what it looks like. Oh, I love glow powders, like my favorite thing. So I just wanted to show you how they look afterwards, because and even the powder on the table glows too. Oh, they're so pretty. Let's take a moment here, enjoy those. So I did my thumb. I wanted to try it out. I hadn't tried this before, so I wanted to do the thumb completely, take a peek, see if I liked it, see how it looked, and I think it looked pretty nice. So for the pointer finger, I wanted to try to see how it would turn out if I did cure the base gel just a little bit. So I did the same process. I put a little bit of base gel down, and I actually hit that in the lamp for, I don't know, maybe 5 seconds or so, and took it out just to see if it would change anything, if it was maybe easier or harder, which way I would prefer, if it was thinner, if it went on smoother, just like trial and error to see if it was anything that I would like better. And I did notice that, of course, since it dried a little bit, not as much stuck to the gel. So I ended up having to do another layer of the Vanity to really get the amount of glitter that I wanted on there. So overall, I wouldn't recommend doing it that way. That's just, my personal opinion. I wanted a little bit more, but if you really like a super, super subtle glitter, you can definitely cure it for a little bit and just add the tiny little bit of glitter that you want, if that's what you're looking for. But for me, it just came out a little too bulky, and it wasn't my thing. I ended up having to file a little bit of it down because I had to do an extra layer of gel, and I already had like 3 layers of dip on my fingers in the first place, so it ended up being a lot. So I will finish up the rest of my nails. I'm going to do the exact same method. Of course, after every layer, gel has to be cured in a lamp. There's no way around it. It won't ever dry. So I'm going to do that. And what I'm doing here is I'm turning my finger over, and I'm kind of just leveling out any areas that might not have a perfect apex, that might not be perfectly shaped. That's the really nice thing about using a gel product, is it self-levels. So if you kind of turn your finger and have a little bit of a drop of gel on your brush, you can kind of tap it and glide it into place, and it'll sit in just the right spot to kind of give your nail a nice shape. So that's a little tip that you can do if you ever feel you have some divots or bumps or lumps in your nails. You can definitely fix that up if you use any gel products on top of it, so keep that in mind. So I will finish this up and then pop back in when I'm all finished. Like that. So if you noticed, I was able to put the gel on my nails, put the dip powder on all of my nails, and I cured them at the end. So I was a little bit nervous, thinking maybe the base gel was gonna slide all over the place and, you know, flood my cuticle or flood my sidewalls, but it really didn't. So it was kind of nice that I got to cure them all at once, and I didn't have to do them individually for a minute on each one, because that would kind of take, you know, a really long time if I would have done that. So here is me just redoing my pointer finger. Like I said, I just didn't think it was enough on there, you know, to have it kind of match. Again, you know, the OCD dictates that everything look the same, of course, so it had to match everything else. So I ended up just redoing that one. And then I went in and did my gel top coat as always, and I will say that these ended up really, really nice and shiny. The Vanity glitter was really, you know, prominent and didn't lose any of its glitteriness or shine. And side note, I have taken this manicure off, and taking off those gel products with the glitter inside of it instead of the glitter being embedded into like your acrylic layer, 100% would recommend it. If you guys have ever drilled off gel versus acrylic, the gel is so much softer and easier to remove. I mean, you can use way less coarse bits to get off gel products than you can acrylic products, and this was so easy. It was so nice to remove. Would 1000% recommend it if you are a person who uses glitter a ton. It was just super easy to take off, and I would say to keep, you know, to keep away the damage from your nails from the constant drilling off or aggressive drilling, I would for sure do it this way again. So that's just my take on doing the glitter gel process. I would say overall, it turned out really nice. It was easy. I learned some things, what I would and wouldn't do next time. Yeah, I would recommend it. So you guys give it a try. Let me know what you think, or if you had a bad experience or a good experience. And of course, as always, like and subscribe to our channel. We love the support. We're getting closer and closer to 300 subscribers, so stay tuned. We're going to do a giveaway, and I'm excited about what we are going to give away. So you're going to have to be subscribed and watch the videos to know what's going on with that. So until next time, gals and fellas, see ya.